Hello everyone, this is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining me in this new episode of Being the Bridge podcast. And today's subject is the filters through which we relate to others and create our life. And this is a theme that I've been contemplating for a while, whether in my personal life, in how I relate to myself, how I create my life, how I relate to others, and also in the collective, whether in my country or when traveling, when I see how ancestral wounds, even though they were experienced generations ago, they are still affecting how people they relate to each other, whether within the same community or like different communities, how they relate to each other. And many times this happens unconsciously, and we believe the stories that we have, either we created because of past experiences we had in the past or growing up, and also that we inherited from our ancestors. And we didn't take the time to contemplate what is actually happening, why we behave in a certain way, why we judge ourselves or judge others based on appearances, based on choices that they make that are different to the culture that we grew up in, and believing that there's always one way that is the right way, which is ours. And also there is also the survival instinct that we inherited from our ancestors if they experienced conflicts or war. And if we don't heal that, it keeps being passed from one generation to the other. And also we take actions, we make choices that are unconscious because of that. And we believe that what we are doing is right, and what we see in the surface, like the judgments that we make about what is happening, are true. Take a deep breath. So our traumas, our own traumas, the ones that we pick up from the collective, the ones that we inherit, like ancestral wounds, all those and also the cultures that we grew up in, all those they create filters through which we see the world, through which we relate to other people, through which we create our life and make decisions and judge what is right and what is wrong. And if we don't take time, maybe regularly, to contemplate why we feel in a certain way about ourselves or others or a situation, why we make some kind of choices, if we don't practice to become the witness, a neutral witness, then we keep creating and relating to others in an unconscious way. And we keep the conflicts going on. But the way I see it, my own perspective is the shift starts from within. As the more we become the witness of what is happening within us, we try to understand ourselves through self-love, loving ourselves more, holding the space for ourselves. When we take action that we used to judge ourselves about that, or when we have memories from the past that we felt ashamed of, where we practice with contemplation, with meditation, and also energy healing if we trust someone who can support us through that, with that. What happens is that we start shifting to a state of being where we feel enough the way we are, we feel worthy the way we are by nature, and the more we love ourselves, the more we accept ourselves as we are, we hold the space for ourselves through the transformation and the shift and the letting go of those old traumas, wounds that are ours or that we inherited. The more we are able to see behind the veil, we become able to see the truth of the actions that others take, the choices that they make. Of course, if we need to create boundaries, we need to do that. But still instead of reacting from judgment, because of those filters that we have, it's like there is more light in the relation. There is more love, more understanding and compassion. And we start to understand that those filters, they don't represent our truth or the truth of others. It's like there are layers that we all created and that made us react or act in unconscious way. So take a deep breath. And taking ownership of our own traumas and letting go of those that are not ours, the wounds that are not ours, we start creating that shift within us. Like I mentioned, we experience more acceptance and self-love toward ourselves. And when we do that, it doesn't only create that shift within us, but it affects many others at the same time. It also creates some kind of healing at a collective level. And when many people, they take that kind of ownership, they allow themselves to go through that transformation, the more we start witnessing that shift in the collective. And even though there is so much density, so much conflicts happening in the world, still, if we are present enough, we can see that there are changes happening. If we compare to the past, there is more acceptance. Sometimes there is more cultural acceptance. It's like we are starting to realize that we still can connect, love each other beyond our differences. And being different doesn't mean that I'm judging you as that you are wrong and I am right. It's just there are different ways of expressing who we are, expressing source energy that is experiencing itself through each and every one in different ways. But in the end, we are all one and we are the same. Take a deep breath. And so that was the message for today. I hope it serves you. Also, I would love to hear feedback. You can type it on the comments section Also, if the message resonates with you, I invite you to like the video, to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And so with that, I'm sending you so much love, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now.